Meeting of the Union County Board of Commissioners to order. At this time, I would like to recognize Commissioner Williams for the invocation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For those so inclined, please bow your heads in prayer. Heavenly Father, we come before you tonight seeking your wisdom and guidance as a board. Grant us discernment to see beyond the immediate and the foresight to plan for the future of all our county citizens. In your word, you tell us, "For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. He holds success in store for the upright." May these words guide us today. Amen.
Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The next item on the agenda is informal comments from the community. No one has signed up for public comments tonight. Is there anyone here who has not signed up who wishes to make public comments? Prior to consideration of the agenda, I would first like to recognize the service of Commissioner David Williams on the Union County Board of Commissioners. While we're getting that ready, Commissioner Williams is currently the longest serving commissioner on this board. I want to thank him personally for his years of service, and he's always putting thought and research into everything that comes up. He has helped me tremendously during this time, my time on the board, and personally, I just want to thank you, Commissioner Williams, for all you've done for Union County and for your hard work and dedication.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And I want to present you with this plaque. Let's go around the front.
No, not you.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We also have our Chairman Rao, who is enjoying his last evening on our board tonight.
I don't think this was on my script.
And so we would like to offer this token of appreciation to Chairman Rao for his service on our board, his dedication to Union County. Thank you so much, Chairman Rao.
Thank you, sir.
Let's go down here.
The next item on the agenda is consideration of the agenda and consent agenda. We will have one item to clarify and to add to the consent agenda. I will recognize County Manager Brian Matthews for comment on this item.
Yes, sir. So,
And an item was actually placed on the agenda to go out for the public. It was actually published on the county's website. Unfortunately, what was sent to the board members did not include that agenda item, and that was an item for a contract for the historic courthouse restoration. Has to do with work that we're doing for phase 2 of that, which is predominantly some roof repair work on that. What you'll see here is the item specifically for that. As a means of being transparent, we just want to make sure the public is aware that we're requesting this be on the consent agenda and that the board take action whenever you make a decision about the consent agenda with this being included on that. And I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions for the county manager? I move that we add item 24782, the contract amendment for the historic courthouse restoration and renovation phase 2 to the consent agenda. Do we have any discussion on that? All those in favor of the motion indicate by aye.
Aye.
Are there any other motions regarding the requested revisions or amendments to either the consent agenda or the business agenda?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Vice Chair.
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as amended.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion indicate by aye.
Aye.
We are now at the business portion of our agenda. The first item on the business agenda is item 24783, conditional rezoning 2024 CZ 004 Stevens. I will recognize Bjorn Hansen, Senior Planner, concerning this item.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Manager Matthews. This is a follow from the public hearing 2 weeks ago that was conducted for this conditional rezoning. This is the Stevens rezoning. The applicant is here to rezone portions of several parcels, which explain, and recombination, which explains the long description of the actual request. Something that's different, I want to note, compared to the meeting 2 weeks ago, there is a potential amendment to the conditions that shows the number 5, which would be limiting the uses on the property as opposed to just the site plan, which could potentially have some different types of uses that could utilize the site as it's laid out. This would limit it to the septic tank installation and servicing and portable toilet servicing business. This is a condition that the applicant has agreed to. If you choose to include it in the rezoning, it doesn't change the site plan in any way. As a reminder, this is the site. You have several houses on different parcels that are up towards New Salem Road. For reference, the new water treatment plant is just to the east over here, and the business is actually back here. And these are the views along the road. This is what the business looks like within the last couple months, and this is an aerial of the site. So this is the request. Last month we didn't have anyone speak for or against it. Applicant is here to answer any questions that you may have. Otherwise, the request before you is to approve or deny the proposed conditional rezoning.
Any questions for the applicant or of Mr. Hanson?
Mr. Christopher Stevens, are you here? Yes. Would you approach the podium there, sir? Yes. We just have some questions for you to essentially just affirm what you've laid out in writing regarding the changed condition.
Okay.
All right. First question. Are you the applicant, Christopher Stevens?
Yes, sir.
Do you consent to the conditions set forth on the screen, including the condition limiting use on the property to septic tank servicing and portable toilet servicing businesses?
Yes, sir.
Have you agreed to these conditions in writing?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Commissioner Balkin.
Yep. I make a motion that we adopt the ordinance approving revision to the official zoning map of Union County, North Carolina, and adopt the consistency and reasonableness statement for approval.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion indicate by aye. Aye. All opposed?
No.
Okay. Motion passes. I will now recognize the county manager for his comments.
Well, first off, I'd like to say thank you to both the chairman, JR, and to David for your service with the board. It has been an honor to work with both of you on this board, and I appreciate what you've brought to the board. This is obviously a record meeting, which I don't know if that's a testament to JR or what, but this is a record meeting. So, but I did want to say thank you for your service.
Well, Mr. County Manager, as any politician, I'll take credit for anything good that happens. Anything that's bad, I probably wouldn't take credit for it. It has been an honor for me to serve the people of Union County. It's been great to serve with these colleagues, Commissioner Balcom, Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Merrill, Vice Chairman Helms, of course, County Manager Matthews, our Madam Clerk, the greatest clerk in North Carolina, Lynn West, Deputy County Manager Patrick Nyland, Assistant County Manager Clayton Boynier, and of course our counsel down there at the end who's always kept me in line, Jason Kay, and of course all of our department heads, Liz Cooper, Adrian Rory, Mr. Jensen, Mr. Hanson, all of our law enforcement, all of our county employees. I cannot tell you enough thank yous for all that you do. You have made my life easier and my job better, believe me. So thank you for everything. If I can ever do anything for you, let me know. I am a proud Union County native, and I'll put Union County up against any county in North Carolina or the United States of America for that matter. But thank you so much for all that you do for our county. Vice Chairman Helms.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I want to say thank you to the town of Indian Trail. So we discussed an item at our last meeting regarding the 74X Express. I want to thank the town of Indian Trail for their partnership on that item. Their commitment to that program makes the decision a lot easier for us, and that is one that we approved on our consent agenda tonight. So I'm excited that our cost is going down there and things are looking good for that program. In regards to my colleagues up on the board, Commissioner Williams, want to again congratulate you on 4 years of service to our county. We certainly haven't always agreed, but where we have agreed, there's been strong collaboration, and I've also very much enjoyed sparring with you from time to time on those items that we haven't agreed on. But I do appreciate your service, and I appreciate your passion, for those things. So, thank you. again, thank you for your service. Commissioner Rao, you know, it's kind of an odd road how you joined this board, but I will say that I very much appreciated serving with you on this board. I think that you know, you brought an element of humor that was that I certainly appreciated, and I certainly appreciate your commitment to Union County. Thank you for everything that you've done. And thank God that you didn't have to sing tonight, because, you know, our small crowd probably would have dwindled fairly quickly. So again, thank you to both of you guys for what you've done for our county and for our board. Thanks again for our staff. Certainly appreciate you folks. Your commitment to the county also is very much appreciated.
Commissioner Merrill.
I want to echo my colleague, Commissioner Helms, in thanking David Williams for your 4 years of service to our county. You've done great work, so thank you for your time. And JR, thank you for stepping up to fill this vacancy and spending the last year with us on this to lead this board. So thank you very much for coming out of retirement to do this. So thank you both, and I wish you the very best in whatever you pursue after tonight. And I want to keep it short by just wishing everyone a very happy Thanksgiving and safe travels next week.
One thing I did forget to say in my earlier comments, today is Commissioner Williams' birthday. So happy birthday, and
Thank you.
I'm turning it over to you, Commissioner Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I say goodbye tonight, my final county commissioner meeting, what I feel most especially is a deep sense of gratitude. Serving this community has been an honor and a labor of love. And working with fellow commissioners, staff, and citizens has been my privilege. I'm so very thankful for all the amazing people that I would have otherwise not had the opportunity to work with and get to know so well. So thank you, thank you. I'm grateful to have had a part, sometimes a leading one, in many initiatives that have benefited our county. Early in my term, we made the decision to hire a county veterinarian, resulting in reduced euthanasia rates, increased adoptions, and also providing the agricultural community with a critical large animal resource. We eliminated the cost of outside veterinary care for our share of canines, as well as the shelter animals, by bringing that important service in-house. We started regularly the spay and neuter of animals. We took the bold step also of prohibiting fluoride from county-controlled water systems, and we did it months before a federal judge ruled that the water fluoridation at the EPA's recommended standard presents, quote, an unreasonable risk to the health of children, unquote. I do indeed believe that this board's action on this item will prove to be very prescient, and I think we see with each passing day and month that history is on our side on this issue. By reversing a portion of the clawback period also for unused sewer capacity, this board took an important step in better managing what is, I think we can all agree, a finite and expensive resource. I'm also proud to have played a leading role in establishing the county's pump station policy. New pump stations now are approved or denied in public by our board. That's a very good thing. Along with my former colleague, Commissioner Richard Helms, we spearheaded a revision of our UDO, our County Development Ordinance, in 2021 that removed floodplains and stream buffers from the county's density calculation when determining maximum site density, MSD, in all R and RA zoning districts. I've steadfastly defended freedom of speech and assembly for everyone, ensuring that our county remains a place where all voices are heard and respected. I've been an advocate, I feel, for finance best practices and transparency. My approach to board duties on this board, as well as the other boards on which I've served, has kept front of mind for me the duties of diligence, loyalty, and generally a strong sense of fiduciary responsibility. I've consistently voted against high-density rezoning while also advocating for the adequate water and sewer infrastructure the county requires to meet our growing needs. Additionally, early in my term, I, along with others, pressed CARTPO, the Charlotte Regional Transportation Planning Organization, for a reallocation of our federal 5307 formula. By doing that, we nearly tripled our annual federal allotment to $1 million, significantly enhancing our capacity to address our citizens' transportation needs. I've resisted federal and state encroachments on our freedoms and challenged unfunded mandates when they came from Raleigh or from Washington. I've been deeply moved by the many expressions of support that I've received in person, by email, by phone, by text message, and I just want everybody to know that those messages have helped buoy my spirits. They've helped encourage me to do the service to the county that I feel like I've been called to do. And I just thank everybody who's reached out to me over these past 4 years to give that encouragement that it has been very, very appreciated. Thank you. As I step down, I want to leave you with a few thoughts. Never underestimate the power of a single individual to affect change. Indeed, history is full of instances where one person or a small group of people have made a big difference. While standing alone can appear daunting at times, dissent often leads to critical deliberation and improved outcomes. I can think of a number of instances where this exactly has happened during my tenure, during my 4 years. Politics, as Bismarck once said, is the art of the possible. I encourage my colleagues, I encourage the new board, I encourage candidates for public office in general to embrace the politics of the possible, and we'll get some better outcomes. Finally, thank you so much, Union County citizens, for the opportunity you've given me to serve this wonderful county. It's something that I will always carry with me. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Commissioner Buckle.
Yes, I'd like to echo the words of my colleagues. I thought we were going to get out of here in 20 minutes. Some of you folks talked a little too long. You blew my shot there. But I would like to congratulate and thank Chairman Rao and Commissioner Williams for their service. Sometimes it takes a special person to step up here. I've learned that really fast, you know. It's sort of a hot seat at times. But I really appreciate your words, and Commissioner Williams, you're good for that sort of thing. You bring a thought-provoking word from time to time. They never underestimate the power of the individual. I truly believe that. And those are powerful words. And in our form of government, the individual can really move the needle. Just saying that, I would just like to encourage everybody to be careful going home and to have a good night.
Mr. Kay, do you have any words you'd like to say?
Nothing beyond what has already been very eloquently said. Thank you both for your service. For those out in the community who don't know, this is a hard job that our folks do. And sometimes they receive thanks, and sometimes they get the opposite of thanks. But they persevere in difficult decisions, and anyone who's served in this role deserves recognition and credit for serving the public in that way. And not just them, but their families also bear a burden for their service as well. So thank you both.
That concludes this regular meeting. Thank you for all who attended. I move that the board adjourn. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank